Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. No, it's not. So theoretically, everything should work right now. In terms of recording. Jab. Okay. Oh, he's on the move. So shaky. Yep. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Where are Five Nights at Freddy's? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You all know it. There he goes. He's got me. Oh, he moved back a little, so yeah. Interesting. You can see now. So, your power actually drains faster every night. The game doesn't really tell you that, but yeah. Power drains more severely on each progressive night. And the animatronics not only get more aggressive each night, they also get more aggressive as the night progresses. Get an extra point added to their AI level some hours. At 46 at 3 AM, I managed to stretch out like 50%. From 2 AM to 3. God, that every so often. I didn't see his eyes for a second, I got scared. I was like, what? I didn't hear the last thing. Like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy my videos. Oh, what? Scam. Absolute fucking scam. That gave me no time. Foxy's gonna come get me eventually. Shut the door now. Hey, how's your day? I know you're good. Oh, Foxy. As soon as I say, I know you're there, Bonnie. Dead. Yeah, so anyway, with this whole YouTube channel thing, I'm just hoping to make some videos that entertain people, you know. Play games that I find fun to watch people play. And hopefully that means somebody else will enjoy it too, you know? Give something for them. You know, I love Nintendo games, so you can see a lot of them. Bit of Sonic, some Mario Band games, and you know, other stuff too, maybe some weird itch games. No, he left. Bonnie is in the closet. You know, when I first played this, I thought that Bonnie and Chica were both girls, but only Chica's a girl. Yeah, I thought Bonnie was a girl because, you know, the name's Bonnie. It's meant to be like a play on Bunny. No, Bunny's a guy. I thought Freddy and Foxy were the only males. So an interesting story about this game I have. So when I first found out about it, was from the thumbnail from Markiplier's playthrough of part 1. It had Bonnie screaming at the player in the thumbnail, and I thought Bonnie was a bulldog because he looked kind of like a bulldog when snapping at the player. He had sort of like a bulldog's kind of face. from the name Five Nights at Freddy's in the thumbnail, I think Chica was also in like this part 2 thumbnail, and I thought she was like meant to be like a rubber ducky. And just before I'd seen any gameplay, I thought Five Nights at Freddy's was a game about like babysitting at some guy named Freddy's house, and he has all these weird pets that can run at you and kill you. And they're like cartoony. And then like I saw the game on the fucking in the Apple App Store, and I had like the picture of Freddy, the icon of Freddy, from the, you know, that artwork where he's on kind of like a diagonal angle looking at him, and he's holding his microphone. He's kind of looking at the viewer. He has those 2 endoskeletons next to him. Anyway, that was cropped for the app icon on the App Store. So it was just Freddy holding his microphone, giving that like distinguished look. And I thought Freddy was like a frickin' mafia boss there, and that his mic was the top of a cane that he was holding that I couldn't see the rest of. And like I looked at the screenshots of the game, and it had like a picture of a dining hall, and I thought like what the game would be after I saw that would be like you don't see Freddy and you like fight off the other animals or run from them, and then like at the end Freddy would be in like the dining hall and you have to fight him like over the tables and in that room. I thought Freddy would be like a big bad and would like be I thought he'd like talk like, hey, yeah, you come to my place, you mess up my pizzeria, you come here to me wanting a security job. And yeah, I just thought Freddy would be more cartoonish and like a villain, that's. And I watched. I don't remember if I played it on iPad first or if I watched Markiplier's playthrough, but no, I played it on iPad first because I remember trying to drag the screen to look instead of edge looking, because this game is edge looking. And then I figured out, oh, you have to put your finger on the edges to look around. Anyway, yeah, it was weird playing the game blind for the first time. Because, like, it was nothing like I expected, you know. You were in one room, you didn't walk around. And I thought it was really cool, you know. That seemed really unique. And, you look through these cameras and they'd start coming towards you, and I was like, oh. And I thought the stage, I thought this map was like vertical, so like every fucking room was like stacked on each other. I thought like this at the top was like a storage room for the robots, like just a tiny square storage room. And that to like crawl through a little hatch to get out of it and start coming down toward you. I had a very active imagination. And I didn't die on night 1, and then on night 2 Bonnie got in my room and killed me, and I screamed from the jump scare, and I kept playing night 2 and I was stuck on night 2 for a while. after you kind of learn as much as you figure out enough to beat Night 2, I feel like the nights are pretty easy from there. I say as I'm about to die. But I know the best strategy is kind of to not look at the other cameras, to just kind of check the lights of Bonnie and Chica, but that's no fun. Come on. I want to see where they are. Ding dong dong dong. Oh. Anyway, tell me in the comments, your stories with the first Five Nights at Freddy's. I was in my first year of high school when it came out. I was still a kid pretty much, And the other games meant a lot to me, have meant a lot to me. I love the very, particular sense of humor this franchise has. That sort of tongue-in-cheek, corporate, shove it under the rug thing they have going on. Where they just say all these morbid things on the phone calls and then brush it off. Thought that was hilarious. This phone guy's like, oh yeah, your eye's gonna pop out of the mask. But don't worry, we'll clean it up and say that you're missing after like 3 months. He says within 90 days. It's just funny how fucking methodical he is about saying it, And that throwaway line about the bite of 87 is pretty funny. I've probably insulted a couple people by saying the bite of 87 is a throwaway line, but come on. Everyone knows it was just meant to be a little shocking and a bit funny. It's not that important to the lore. Like, what happened? The phone guy mentions it here, and then, like, Jeremy is implied to be bidden on his day shift at the end of the week in FNaF 2, and then the toys get scrapped because of it. It's not, like, it used to be a big lore piece, but now the lore is so big that, it's kind of a very small aspect of the story. I actually do like that we don't know which specific toy animatronic did it. Kind of keeps the discussion a bit alive, leaves a part of the mystery unanswered, while still, letting us have the relevant information, All that really matters is that one of them did it, and they got scrapped. I think Scott has found a really good balance with choosing what to reveal and what not to reveal. Because, like, there is a story to follow, but even if some of the more specific details are up to interpretation, it still, conveys, generally the same story, however you look at it. I was just talking earlier about not checking the other cameras being boring, and there I go doing it. Well, not right then I started, but you know how you see it. A little bit more. Okay, got him. I feel like the first game could be like a lot less repetitive if they made it so that like every click of the door lights instantly took off 1%. So like you had to be way more sparing with them, and actually kind of monitor how far they are from you to guesstimate if they're going to be in the door once they move, you know, once you get them. And then, like, you commit to using the light. Of course, if the power drains that much extra, because you'd be spending a lot more time on the cameras, as well as the lights taking off that much instantly, you know, all the time. You'd run out of power a lot quicker, so like the game would have to be balanced by making the other things drain power less, and kind of so you prioritize them over the door lights, but still like use the door lights to make sure you actually have a reason for shutting the door. Anyway, that's how I would, you know, rebalance it a bit. Kind of give every camera a bit of importance to look around and track Bonnie and Chica. People have decompiled this game and you can like open it in ClickTeam. I don't know how to use ClickTeam that much. But I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out, chuck that together, and see if I can release it as like a mod on Steam that requires you to own the original game. Like that Fazbear Nightmare fan game is doing. That's been in like development limbo for ages though. That fan game, like, was like one of the earliest ones, because I remember Scott was like, oh, a fan game, well here's how you can release it, do a community mod for, you know, put it on Steam as a mod for FNaF 4, so people own FNaF 4 can get your fan game when it comes out. And now Scott's just like, yeah, chuck it on Game Jolt, free download, whatever. But yeah, that Fazbear Nightmare Steam page is still up, and the game's still not out. But if anything ever happens with it, you know, if you have FNaF 4, you can get that fan game. And if I ever do anything with FNaF 1 rebalanced, I'll see about doing that. I'll play FNaF 2 at some point too, and talk about my ideas, kind of adding a bit to. I know that's a really frantic game, FNaF 2, but I do think there's one more element the gameplay needs to really hit its potential. And I know, you know, I'm a novice and Scott is the master. But, you know, I have to give him credit because it's a lot easier to think of how to alter a game after, you know, outside of working on it and after it's all packaged up and released, versus when you actually have to make it. FNaF 3's gameplay is does a really great job of achieving what it wants to achieve. Like, I think FNaF 3 what's the word I'm looking for? Executed its concept very well. I wouldn't change FNaF 3. Why did I click that light? I just wasted power and potentially my time. I hear the music box in the kitchen. And now Freddy's here. I didn't know he could still go into the kitchen after the power went out. I thought it was like a different phase of the game. Like, I didn't know he was still moving as usual until he came to the door. I thought this was more scripted. I wonder, or maybe he like moved into the kitchen right before the power went out, so like the audio cue triggered and played out. Maybe, I'm not sure. That's cool. It's pretty immersive to hear. I'm gonna try and beat this. Five Nights 4, I think, did a really good job of executing its gameplay concept. I love that game's idea. I think it pulled off pretty well. Very tense, very scary. Although, you know what? I'll talk about my thoughts about Five Nights 4's story more when I play Five Nights 4 on this channel. Stay tuned for that. I mean, I could talk about it now in this video. But, you know, then what am I gonna talk about while playing Five Nights 4? You know, then you guys will have less videos to enjoy. So, there's that. Anyways, I hope you're all having fun watching this. I hope I have been an interesting host so far. As always, interact in the comments, give me your thoughts. And, you know, that's not for the algorithm, like, I mean, it helps, you know, it helps the channel, like, that's great, but, like, I'm actually curious, you know, because if you're watching this video, you probably have some, tales about Five Nights of your own, you know, some stories from when it came out, your thoughts about it now, all that. You know, as a fan of this game, I'd love to hear it from you. I know, you know, some other YouTubers would be a lot more, they'd give you a hello, you know, kind of hello everybody intro. And, you know, that's great, you know, I'm not saying that's bad, but, that's just not how I like to do it. I just, kind of prefer to just kind of talk and be more, just, spend a bit of time playing games with you guys. So I hope you like it here. Okay, so I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese, but I would love to go someday. Like, to one that has the animatronic band still, of course. Because, like, otherwise what's the point? Otherwise it's just an arcade with pizza. You know, the animatronics make it special, you know? you go up and talk to them. And like, you know, people have fun doing that. You know, just messing around them. And you know, if they remove the animatronics, it's just Chuck E. Cheese is gonna lose a lot of its character. My personal favorite Chuck E. Cheese like show types in terms of like the stages and animatronics are the 2-stage, which is like the Cyberamics. If anyone watching, you know, knows Chuck E. Cheese animatronics and their terms and that. But if you don't, you know, you can research it if you're interested. There's a lot of documentation about those animatronics and that restaurant. Like, I think it's showbizpizza.com, completely dedicated to like the old Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese. Anyway, as I was saying, so those Cyberamics, the 2-stage is Cyberamic Chuck E. Cheese characters, but with legs, so like full bodies. And the Cyberamics have like pretty restricted movement. I think it's 8 movements each, roughly. But I just think it's cool, you know, because they're, you know, unique animatronics to Chuck E. Cheese and not reskinned Showbiz Pizza mechanisms. And it has all the characters, it's not just Chuck, like Studio C, it's just Chuck. And yeah, I just think they're neat, as Marge would say. God, that was a creepy Marge impression, I'm sorry. Homie! Okay, I'm gonna stop that. Use the force, you must, homie. Jesus, Freddy is moving. He's dashing. Dashing through this. But yeah, I also actually, you know, not to poo on the 3-stage animatronics by saying, you know, they're just reskins, but they have, like, those animatronics are so animated. In terms of actual quality, I think the 3-stage Chuck E. Cheese show is the best animatronic show they have. Although the new, like, segmented plastic masks do look very creepy. Especially Chuck's. He looks like a garbage rat crossed with a wolf. More than a friendly mouse now. I know Chuck used to be a rat, and then they changed him to a mouse. Which was, I think it was a good decision. Like, rats are kinda like Rat in the Pizza Place, you know, like, it has that kinda gross feeling about it. But, nah, actual rats are... You don't want them in your restaurant for, like, hygiene, but rats can be cool, rats can be cute, you know. My best mate, he had a pet rat, and, that rat was freaking awesome. You know, it didn't just, you know, burrow around the house or anything, it had, like, a big cage, and that rat loved spaghetti. Hey, I beat it! The power of Spaghetti Rat. $120. There we go. This is my first video. If you want to hear more of my stories, feel free to subscribe. Really appreciate it. Personally, I think like the best thing Chuck E. Cheese could do in terms of its shows is get like a Studio C Chuck, because he's not scary like the Plastic Mask 3 stages, and put him on a stage, and then on the other 2 stages have the rest of the characters be 3-stage Chuck E. Cheese characters. And like, make a special CD with movements for the 32 movement, more specifically Studio C, because he's really expressive, much more expressive and cool than the 16 movement. And yeah, just like, do that, you know, instead of getting rid of them. I mean, like, there's a lot of them that have gotten rid of their stages and their animatronics already, but like, instead of trashing them, like, why not, where possible, implement kind of upgraded shows, you know, change course, and instead of using all those uninstalled shows, just destroying them. I mean, instead of using them for trash, I guess would be where that would go. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see like a combination show with the best parts of the best setups. The show about the 3 stages, Ariska on the Rockfire Explosion, they're pretty good. Really high production value on their shows, on their music recording, I mean. So, yeah, that's really cool. Sounds great. It's interesting. I'm not sure which of the Rocket Fire shows I like better. The original, the classic, I think it's referred to as, or the new. Because like the classic, I find really visually interesting. Yeah, it's you know, across 3 really big stages, and the stages are all themed. Like you have like a comedy stage for Rolf with like that sequence background, and then Billy Bob has this, you know, gas station in the woods, and then you have the rest of the woods, like a forest, some trees, and the campfire, I think. In the center stage, and I just find all the set decoration like just really appealing. And if you're watching this video, you're probably into animatronics, you know, research. You have maybe looked into some of this stuff yourself. And if you don't, you know, it's a pretty cool rabbit hole. You could definitely entertain yourself for a few hours looking into that. And yeah, just going on about the classic Rocket Fire, you know, all the characters have different body proportions, so they, you know, all look very visually distinct. And they all play instruments, which is pretty visually interesting too. And then on the other hand, the new Rocket Fire Explosion, they all kind of have the same body structure. And the stage is kind of smaller, and you know, it doesn't have the nature theming, but still kind of, it looks like a kind of TV station set, sort of, which is cool. And then, like, of course, the new Rocket Fire explosion has like this rotating side stages with different characters on them, and even if like the stage is rotated, you can still like have the bird through the window. And it's cool how they can like move around the center stage, the characters there, and spin, change position, kind of mime dancing, you know. They're just both really cool, so like it's hard to pick which one is the better choice, you know. As of this video, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie has been in development for a very long time, and I'm excited to see that. And you guys, if you're fans of the series, are probably excited for that too. I could tell Bonnie was there because it turned my light off automatically. You saw when Chica decided to show up, it forced my light off so that Scott wouldn't have to animate them coming. $18 at 4 AM. Not terrible. 18%. 17 now. %, 5 AM. I think I might actually beat this. Wish me luck. Yeah, so, I heard the movie, Scott saying it's gonna be based on the first game. He said that, you know, that what he wants to do is a movie on the first game, and then if he does another one based on the second game, and then if he does another one, do it based on the third game. But yeah, from what I know, they settled on the Mike script. I know a lot of people are saying they threw that script out now as well, because like the director left and like they were meant to shoot. But I don't think that necessarily means that like Scott threw that script away, you know. from what I know, that hasn't been said anywhere. As far as I can tell, they were going to begin shooting. Which probably means that the sets are built already. In fact, it does mean that, because otherwise I wouldn't be prepared to shoot. And since the sets are built, they can't really change the script majorly anymore. Like, if they did change the script, it would have to be based around the sets that they've already built, like the Mario movie had to do when Disney got involved, like, as a distributor. Like, what happened with that, like, is they wrote a fantasy kind of type of script. Well, actually, no, first they wrote, like, a script where Luigi was, like, Mario's brother, well, obviously, but, like, he had, like, a disorder, and, like, he would see the world through, like, the lens of the Super Mario Brothers game, so he would, like, see the world as, like, that fantasy world. And, like, the movie was about their relationship. And, the people working on the film thought it was similar to Rain Man, so they dubbed it Drain Man between themselves. But, anyway, after that, you know, they wrote a fantasy script. It was kinda like Shrek, but 10 years before Shrek. Where, like, Mario is a bit, you know, reclusive. Well, not reclusive, but, you know, he has walls up. They're like, Luigi kinda, his younger brother helps him bring down those walls. And meanwhile, they go on, like, a journey to rescue a princess from a castle, from Bowser. Who wants to marry the princess, I think I recall from memory. And, like, Toad travels with them, like, comic relief. And they have, like, power-ups in the game, like, they get a super leaf and they sprout the tails and fly out of a pit they fall into. I really enjoyed that script, reading it. You know, I read it years ago, but, it would have been a quaint little movie, you know? Would have been live action still, so the sets would have been kind of like Wizard of Oz style. And Bowser was going to, like, be prosthetics to make a person look like Bowser from the games. And, same with Toads, you know, mushroom people, because Toad is a specific mushroom person, or at least he was back then. Now they call them all Toads. Maybe they called them all Toads back then too, I don't know. There's Toads, and then there's Toad. But anyway, after that, the new directors got involved, and they were the directors of the rest of the film. And they were like, yeah, this is pretty good what you've got here, but, I think we could change it up a bit. Like, we have this idea about dinosaurs, and, frickin'... we want to, like, make it so that the separate dimension is, like, from the meteorite that killed the dinosaurs. Oh, I'm fucked. That killed the dinosaurs. And, Bowser is, like, trying to merge the dimensions so that he's, like, a threat to our world as well, give the movie more stakes. And that part of the idea is alright. The dinosaur thing, you know, isn't really Mario, but it's a cool idea. And, ended up doing, like, a really kind of dark political comedy, drama, sci-fi action kind of thing. And Disney came on board as a distributor. They were expecting a family-friendly movie, and they saw the grungy sets and the dark, pretty adult script, and they were like, "What the hell is this?" You know? So, anyway, they had to rewrite the script, but the sets had already been built for the dark script. So they had to, like, write a kids' movie to take place as an adventure in that dark world, while trying to keep the writing light. And yeah, that's how, like, initially the script they had written for that went really far in that direction. Like, they had, like, a Disney princess marriage ending, and, like, cheese like that. And they had silly ideas, like, to do the finale really cheap, that, like, put a Bowser's suit on the Yoshi, on the little Yoshi dinosaur, so that they could, save money, not have to build a Bowser monster. And yeah, those ideas were pretty ridiculous. But then they brought some of the old writers back, and they kind of removed those really cliche Disney elements, like the princess marriage ending and the tiny dinosaur, which was a silly idea. Not maybe not like a Disney cliche, but still silly. And they made a movie that, in my opinion, has some really cool concepts, like the whole de-evolution thing, like a dictator literally dehumanizing his armies, an idea with a lot of potential. And, like, same with an alternate dinosaur people world, like, that's a pretty cool idea. But it's not the Super Mario Brothers video games, you know? It's not that world, and people wanted to see that world on the screen, and, you know, no matter how good they made the movie, personally, I think the movie's really well executed. Aside from the prologue at the beginning, I think that just kind of kills the movie in a way, because you think, oh no, this is gonna be shit. How cheesy that is. But no, if you skip that scene, like, the movie does a pretty good job of being a cool sci-fi action film, you know? But people hate it because it's not the world of Super Mario Brothers. It's inspired by the world of Super Mario Brothers. It's like a cool, maybe else world to it, like a darker version. Some neat, you know, ideas and concepts. And some great, you know, some great humor and some great chemistry between the actors. But it's just not what people wanted, you know, and so people rejected it. And, you know, maybe, you know, they were wrong to make that movie, because it's not what the fans wanted. But, you know, a lot of people are actually big fans of that movie and love it. So, you know, it at least made a portion of people happy, even if it's not Super Mario Bros. Verbatim. I know that's unrelated to FNaF, like, directly, but the situation with the movie reminded me of it. And I hope, you know, even if you're not big on Mario, that you found that interesting, that story. I think Freddy's in my room already, or maybe not. No, he's not, thank God. Oh, great. Drain my power. Come on, I don't want to get, you know, just killed by Freddy coming through. From me not looking at him for too long. Bonnie in the East Hall, sorry, West Hall corner. Going all short, red book short. Because it stopped once Bonnie was in the double light. Anyway, on the FNaF movie, I don't think, that they're rewriting the script again. Like, no one said anywhere that they're not still using the mic script. The director just kinda, dropped out, and they need a new director. Maybe they've already found one, who knows? I've always wondered what that clicking sound in the first FNaF game is. Occasionally you hear a... And as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to mean anything. It's not the footsteps, it's... yeah, I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's just to spook you? This is impossible to win now. It's like, what, 2 AM? It's not gonna nearly reach 6. Ugh. Hey, it still works off the power out. Come on, Freddy, let's jam together. It's like being the kid in band who plays the cowbell. Hey, it even works here. It will work during his jump scare? Yeah, so I think I'll leave it there. And please come back sometime if you enjoy the channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much. Bye.